Alright, so I chose the 12 Girls Band because I feel like they're a very influential group that show, not just influential, but just like they show how using old instruments you can play any type of music. Like they play um, the traditional Chinese music, like the folk songs and stuff, and they also play westernized new music, as I'm going to show you some examples of them. But they really are like a very like versatile musicians. They really go. They can do whatever they want to. So their background, they were formed on June 18th, 2001, and originally they only had 12 members, but added a 13th girl. And as the name suggests, the 12 girl band, they're all female musicians. Although you can sometimes see in the background, like the accompaniment and stuff, that there is males playing like the drums or whatever. But the featured ones, them being featured, there's 12 or 13 girls. So, so like I said at the beginning, they play traditional Chinese music and also Western music. So here are some of the instruments that they use. The erhu, which is the two-strings fiddle. You can kind of put this together with like a resembles like a violin type thing almost, or just kind of like that. It's like string that you strum with like a little, not like a guitar. So then there's the pipa, which is the four-stringed plucked instrument, which is kind of like a guitar, but you pluck it, and it only has 4 strings. And then there's the zogruan. I don't know how to pronounce that. Also known as the moon guitar. It has like a box and it has like 24 frets. Got like a fretboard and stuff, and it's also got only 4 strings. And then there's the dizi, which is the bamboo flute. And there's the yangying. And then there's the guzheng, which is the plucked zither. And then there's the duxian jin. I'm sorry about this pronunciation, but it only has 1 string. It's a 1-string zither. It's used for like harmonics and stuff like that. So it's pretty versatile, or a lot of instruments that are used. So here's a traditional Chinese song done by them, High on a Mountain in Floating Water. So here you go. Okay, so that was just a traditional Chinese song. As you can tell, that really sounded a very traditional Chinese sound. It only seemed like it used two instruments, like mainly the guitar sounding like strummed, plucking instruments. So that was the traditional style. Here is the more modern style that they play, which is the My Heart Will Go On, the theme from Titanic. Um, so we'll listen to some of it. We probably don't have time to listen to all of it, so here you go. So anyways, that um, was their more modern sounding song, and you can really hear the Asian sound to the instruments and stuff. Um, but you can still kind of hear, everyone knows the song, so you're always going to put it together with the Titanic and stuff, and so you're always going to think of the the more westernized version. But in this version, you can hear a more Asian sound because of the instruments they use. But you can also hear the westernized instruments, which is like the drums and the guitars and stuff like, and the bass. You can hear the bass and stuff. But I think it really gives quite an interesting feel to this song. Another thing that I really like about these guys is that they show that you can play modern music and old music no matter what, and you can incorporate it into the new music, or the old music into the new music. If you see like all the different instruments they use in the old times, they're still using for modern, but they may be slightly modified or something like that for a more modern sound. But overall, they still are the old same instrument. They just might be modified. So I really like how these guys mix the old and the new, and the different types of instruments they use and stuff. And some of them are very interesting. So that's why I really enjoy listening to these guys. I wish I had more time to go into it. They did another song by Coldplay, Clocks, that is a pretty interesting feel on it, because we all know Coldplay's kind of westernized music group. So, and I apologize if there's any noise. I live in the dorms, so it's quite crazy sometimes. So let's see. So that pretty much concludes all my things. So thanks.